Hello ladies and gents, welcome to the channel. Yes, you can see it right here. We've got some more information on Alec Baldwin. Apparently he's still potentially criminally culpable. So we're going to dive into that today. I just thought I would show you Lord Jasper. Give you a sneak preview of my boy, because he hadn't been in videos for a little while. Bring a bit of, I guess, softness to this video. Because we'll be dealing with some pretty, horrible subject matter. It's always nice to sort of lighten the blow. Also, side note, for those long-term subscribers that want and support me and Jasper and things like that, there are Jasper-themed Christmas merchandise underneath the video. So check it out. It's linked in the description box and the row of shirts and mugs and stuff under the video. Grab it whilst you can, because they're limited edition. But let's dive into this. So this is the District Attorney of Santa Fe stating that Alec Baldwin could still face criminal charges over the shooting. Now, it's not just this. This article is actually not that bad. This is from Bounding Into Comics, and I'm going to reference the Deadline article. I've got that as well, which is what they reference. But they do a really good job of shooting backwards and forwards between the Deadline article and the interview. So, obviously, the interview Alec Baldwin did, which he shouldn't have done, which is very interesting, because the DA is literally even saying you're testing our patience, quotation. So not great, not great. Well, the Sheriff's Department, is saying that. So let's take a look at this. If you've appreciated my coverage of this, please do hit subscribe. Please do like the video and share the video. So, I covered this. Alec Baldwin deleted his Twitter account. But this was apparently, and I didn't realise this, after the Santa Fe District Attorney, Mary Carmack Altwies, stated the actor may still be criminally charged for the killing of Helena Hutchins and injury of director Joel Souza. And I didn't know that. I didn't realise that that statement had even been made, because it seems that a lot of the media is not really covering this that much. I do my regular checkups on these things, but some of it is slipping through the cracks now, and this is what I mean. We need to have the pressure on. So, the Deadline article, which is here. Alec Baldwin may believe it is highly unlikely he'll face criminal charges out of the fatal shooting of Russ cinematographer Helena Hutchins, but the Santa Fe District Attorney hasn't ruled out the option. So in a pretty direct response, actually, really direct response to the actor and producer's numerous and highly emotional assertions on last night's ABC to George Stephanopoulos, the First Judicial District Attorney Mary Carmack Altwies said on Friday just gone, that certain individuals may be criminally culpable for his or her actions and or inactions on the set of Rust, noting that she plans, and I quote, to exercise my prosecutorial discretion to its fullest, including filing charges that are supported by probable cause. Carmack Altwies also said today that her office is exploring various legal theories at the time. Now, there's some other interesting bits we'll get to. So as the DA made clear repeatedly since the horror of October 21st killing of director of photography and the injuring of director Joel Souza at the Bonanza Creek Ranch set of the low-budget western, everything revolves around the completion of the Santa Fe Sheriff's Office's ongoing probe of the tragedy. And they state, and I quote, everyone involved in the handling and use of firearms on set had a duty to behave in a manner such that the safety of others was protected, and it appears that certain actions and inactions contributed to this outcome. Carmack Altwies poignantly exclaimed on Friday, sending a not too subtle warning to Baldwin and other members of the crew of Rust who are speaking publicly, either directly or through their lawyers. They've all but been speaking publicly, really. The remarks by Carmack Altwies were not altogether unexpected, as Deadline has heard from a number of New Mexico sources that Santa Fe law enforcement were very unhappy with Baldwin, once again speaking to the media. And this is what I said in my video. He just needs to shut up. His lawyer needs to get a handle on him. So these are sources that told Deadline this. Anonymous sources. They said Interviewed immediately after the shooting and subsequently by the sheriff's office, the Emmy winner has been asked to not comment on the shooting beyond condolences as the police's investigation continues. Requests Baldwin has acknowledged, but is clearly ignoring as he lays out his version of what went down that terrible day. So one source told Deadline that the department, so the sheriff's department, felt betrayed after all of the consideration given to Baldwin in the aftermath of the shooting. And another law enforcement source, or a direct law enforcement source, said Baldwin is testing the department's patience and becoming a distraction to the ongoing investigation. And that's what I was saying. They're trying to throw reasonable doubt into the fray. Now they say this: as the first judicial district attorney, I have not made a decision to charge or not charge any individuals involved in the shooting that resulted in the death of Helena Hutchins and injury of Joel Souza. So there's that. I mean, that, you know, that in and unto itself, not great, is it? Let's be honest. It's not great that they have to come out and state that because he thinks that he is untouchable. But here we go, right? And they say criminally culpable, quite literally criminally culpable. But here's the interesting thing. This is what the article does a really good job of, is discussing the backwards and forwards that happened during the interview. So Carmichael Otway's comments come right after Alec Baldwin sat down with ABC News George Stephanopoulos and opened up about the tragic incident on the set of Rust, where the actor claimed that it was highly unlikely that he would face criminal charges for the killing of Hutchins. You can't say that publicly. I mean, he obviously thinks that he can, and he has, and he thinks that he can get away with it, but you got some stones to say that. When asked whether he was worried about being criminally charged, the actor said, "I don't. I've been told by people who are in the know that it's highly unlikely that I would be charged with anything criminally." I mean, that's the headline. That's the headline that ABC used. That's disgusting. That is disgusting. Now, we come down here, and then obviously we've got these, the information here, which is just incidents on Twitter that was tweeted out and things like this. But then we get this. So, during his interview with ABC News, Baldwin claimed that the shot that killed Helena Hutchins and injured Joel Souza was incidental, and from an angle that may not have ended up in the film, going over the steps he followed before accidentally discharging the gun. This was a completely incidental shot, an angle that might not have ended up in the film at all. But we kept doing this. So then I said to her, "Now, in this scene, I'm going to cock the gun." And I said, "Do you want to see that?" And she said, "Yeah," recalled Baldwin, adding, "And I let go of the hammer of the gun and the gun goes off. I let go of the hammer of the gun and the gun goes off." He went on, "Well, the trigger wasn't pulled. I didn't pull the trigger. No. I would never point a gun at anyone and pull the trigger at them. Never. That was the training that I had. You don't point a gun at somebody and pull the trigger." Interestingly, as the interview went on, the actor seemingly contradicted his initial statement, revealing that he did not cock the gun as he previously claimed, stating that he pulled the gun's hammer as far back as I could without cocking the actual. "And you are holding on to the hammer?" asked Stephanopoulos. To which Baldwin replies, "I'm holding. I'm just showing her." I go, "How about that? Does that work? You see that? Do you see that? Do you see that?" She goes, "Yeah, that's good." I let go of the hammer. Bang, the gun goes off. Did you cock the gun? Did you hold the hammer? What happened? What's more, Baldwin declared that he does not feel any guilt, and this is the disgusting part of it. He doesn't feel any guilt for killing Helena Hutchins. He says, "Someone is responsible for what happened, and I can't say who that is, but I know it's not me." Well, it's not going to be you that decides that. It will be other people. So I just thought we'd cover this really, because I didn't know that the district attorney Carmack Otway's had made that statement to basically say, "Yeah, no, shut up, Baldwin. You are still in the firing line." And I thought it was important to cover this again because I don't want to spread any misinformation. I'm happy to sit there and go, "Whoa, didn't see this." Let's jump in and correct that. So, what do you guys think? I think like I said, he's got to have some stones to sit there and say, "Yeah, I'm not to be. Don't mess with me. I'm fine. Absolutely no criminal charges." But it seems that the DA is obviously saying, "Yeah, no, like you're absolutely in the firing line, potentially anyway." Basically, don't count your chickens. They've not come home to roost yet. So let me know what you guys think down below. If you're new here, do hit subscribe. Thank you so much for watching, appreciating the coverage, liking, sharing, all that good stuff. Follow me over on Twitter and Instagram at MrHreviews. Thanks so much. Take care.